Today, our group will present about the sea transport and its importance in Malaysian logistic industry. Malaysia has a strategic location along the Strait of Malacca, which is one of the busiest shipping routes in the world. Because of this advantage, sea transport has become an important mode of the transportation for the international trade and economic development. Several major ports such as Port Klang, Johor Port and Penang Port play a significant role in handling cargo and connecting Malaysia with a global market. However, the rapid growth of the trade activity has created challenges such as port congestion, highest logistic costs and supply chain disruption. At the same time, there is increased pressure to reduce environmental impact and improve sustainability. To address these challenges, Malaysian ports are implementing Green Port Initiative, digital technology automation system and smart logistics solution. Therefore, this presentation will discuss the role of the sea transport in Malaysia, the challenges faced by the maritime industry, and the strategy used to improve efficiency, sustainability and competitiveness.
Good day everyone. In this part, I will explain the issue of port congestion in Malaysia's maritime logistics industry. Port congestion is currently the core challenge affecting operational efficiency in Malaysian port. It is mainly caused by several factors including surging cargo volume, limited port capacity, regional traffic congestion and delay in cargo handling processes. Malaysia's port, which Port Klang, Johor Port and Penang Port are all facing increasing pressure due to the rapid growth of international trade and container turnover. As the central hub of Malaysia's maritime network, Port Klang recorded a throughput of 40.64 million TEUs in 2024 with a target of 50 million TEUs in 2035. However, this high volume of cargo has led to several operational issues. These include vessel waiting times of around 2 to 3 days, congestion at storage yard and traffic congestion around port areas. In some cases, yard congestion has reached a critical level. Another major issue is heavy truck traffic, especially during peak hours. Around 70% of freight movement occurs during daytime peak periods, which worsen traffic congestion and increase accident risks on surrounding roads. To address this issue, the Ministry of Transport has introduced incentive to encourage off-peak freight operation so that logistic activity can be distributed more evenly. Apart from Port Klang, Johor Port also faces challenges due to increasing industrial activities in Johor, while Penang Port experienced limitation in expansion because of land constraint. Overall, port congestion remains a significant challenge that affects efficiency, cost and the competitiveness of Malaysia's maritime logistics sector. The second issue is increasing logistic costs. Logistic costs in Malaysia are rising year by year due to several factors including higher fuel prices, labour costs, maintenance expenses and container storage charge. Port congestion also contributes significantly to this problem. When there are delays in loading and unloading cargo, shipping companies have to pay additional charge such as demurrage and storage fee. At the same time, haulage operator also face higher fuel costs because trucks spend more time in traffic congestion around port areas. Overall, this increased operational costs will eventually lead to higher product prices and reduce Malaysia's competitiveness compared to other countries in the region. In addition, modernizing port require high investment, especially in automation and digital technology, which add further financial pressure on port operators. The third one is environmental challenges. Maritime logistic activities contribute significantly to environmental problems such as air pollution, greenhouse gas emission, and noise pollution. One major issue is that ships often keep their engines running while docked at ports, which release carbon dioxide and other harmful emissions. Heavy truck movement around port areas also contribute to air pollution and fuel consumption, especially in busy logistic routes like Port Klang. Furthermore, climate change also affect port operation. Issues such as flood, heavy rainfall and rising sea level can disrupt transportation activities and even damage port infrastructure. Therefore, it is important for Malaysian ports to adopt more sustainable practice and strengthen environmental management to ensure long-term sustainability.
Now, I will explain about strategy and technologies issue. The first issue is regarding to the digital port management system. As a cargo volume increase, congestion at Malaysia port become more serious. Traditional manual systems are no longer efficient enough to handle modern logistic operation. To solve this problem, ports are using digital technologies such as port community system, electronic data interchange, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things. These technologies help stakeholders share information in real time, improve cargo tracking, speed up documentation processes, and support better decision making. However, there are some challenges such as high implementation costs, cybersecurity risks, lack of skilled workers, and difficulty in integrating different systems. I will discuss about port automation and smart technologies. Port need to improve productivity while reducing operational costs. Therefore, automation has become increasingly important. Some examples of automation technologies are automatic cranes, automatic guide vehicle or AGV, smart warehouse system, and predictive maintenance tools. This technology help reduce vessel waiting time, improve cargo errors, and increase operational efficiency. However, implementing this technology requires a large investment and continuous employee training. There are also concerns that automation may reduce job opportunities for low-skilled workers. Therefore, ports need to balance technological development with workforce development. Lastly, I will explain about Green Port Initiative and sustainable technologies. Today, environmental sustainability is an important issue in maritime industry. Ports are adopting green technologies to reduce pollution and protect the environment. Examples of green technologies include shore power system, solar energy, electric cargo handling equipment, and carbon emission monitoring system. This technology helps reduce fuel consumption, lower carbon emission, and improve energy efficiency in port operation. However, the implementation of green technologies requires high investment costs and long-term commitment. Regulatory requirements and technological limitations can also create challenges. In conclusion, Green Port Initiative can help Malaysia become a more sustainable maritime hub and strengthen its competitiveness in Asian region.
This slide focuses on recommendations for improving Malaysia's maritime logistics sector through digitalization and green port technologies. First, a unified data system should be implemented through a port community system or PCS, which use real-time electronic data interchange to connect shipping lines, port operators, and terminal managers. This will reduce manual process, improve communication, and increase operational efficiency. In addition, ports should gradually invest in AI and IoT technologies to optimize container tracking, improve resource allocation, and reduce vessel turnaround time. These digital solutions can lower operating costs and enhance overall supply chain performance. At the same time, green port technology should be adopted to support environmental sustainability. Ports can invest in shore power infrastructure, allowing ships to switch off their diesel engines while docked, reducing emissions and air pollution. Eco-friendly equipment such as electric or hybrid terminal machinery should replace conventional diesel-powered equipment. Furthermore, renewable energy sources such as solar panels can be installed on port facilities and warehouses to reduce electricity costs and dependence on traditional energy sources. Together, this initiative will create a smarter, more efficient, and environmentally sustainable maritime logistics industry. Based on our analysis, several recommendations can be implemented to improve Malaysia's maritime logistics sector. First, financial viability should be strengthened through public-private partnership, where the government and private companies share the investment burden. In addition, green tax incentive and financial assistance can encourage companies to adopt sustainable technologies such as energy-efficient equipment and digital logistics systems without facing excessive capital costs. Second, workforce development must be prioritized as the industry adopts more advanced technologies. Employees need the necessary knowledge and skills to operate this system effectively. Therefore, stronger collaboration between universities, training institutions, and industry players should be established to provide upskilling programs, technical training, and professional certifications. Third, the industry should focus on long-term strategic development by integrating digitalization, automation, and sustainable practices into logistic operations. This improvement can increase operational efficiency, reduce environmental impact, and enhance service quality. Ultimately, this initiative will help transform Malaysia's maritime logistics sector into a sustainable, competitive, and world-class logistic hub, strengthening its position within the ASEAN region and the global market.
To conclude, the Malaysia maritime industry play a vital role in supporting the nation economy and global trade, while challenges such as port congestions, increasing costs and environmental issues remain. They can be addressed through digitalization, automation and sustainable practice. With strong support from both the government and private sector, Malaysia can continue to strengthen its maritime industry and establish itself as competitive and sustainable maritime hub in the region. Thank you.